going on?
Are live. All right, what's up, y'all? We told you we were going to get ready to do this podcast, and it is time. We are super excited. I am your girl, Delight, 50/50 Music Group Senior Label Manager, and I got Opio here, Managing Director, co owner of 50/50 Music Group. Let's get started. Hit the intro.
I like
I
that
love
intro.
I love the intro, Opio. So, hey,
Yeah.
everybody, we appreciate you for tuning in. Make sure you hit the like button right now. Hit that like button. It don't cost you nothing. Hit the like button because we are live and we're getting ready to drop some knowledge about the music industry. But
Hmm.
first, we want to know, and the people want to know, Opio, how did you put together, how did you start 50/50 Music Group? Tell us a little bit of background and history before we go into our show topic, tier one,
Okay.
tier two distribution, music distribution, and the differences and the benefits, etc. But we want to know about you first.
All right. What we did was back in 2011, we um, struck a deal with Universal, and Universal said, that we have this new digital distribution platform. It's brand new, and once you guys go over there and see if you all can get a deal, because we we got a deal with them back in 2007 with Universal Republic, and this was before digital distribution was even thought of. And we left all of our relationships good. We paid all of our bills, so we was like, we have a chance to go get another one. So we went and got another one. It took us hell to get it because they took us through the ringer to get it. Even with digital distribution, they took us through the ringer.
Right.
They said digital distribution will be better because you don't have to buy back CDs when you put it out. So we was like, okay, let's try that. So they took a chance on us. We got it. We've been with them for what, since 2011. We've been built really good relationships with them, and now they take care of our distribution. They take care of our publishing administration, sync licensing. They also take care of our marketing and
And
everything.
video
Yep,
distribution,
yep,
music video
video.
distribution,
Yep.
which is key. A lot of independent artists and labels don't really know. They all just want a major label deal. And
Yeah.
or a lot of independent independent artists and labels run to just like tier two distribution, which we'll get into because I
Hmm.
really want them to know the benefits. I was super excited. I was kind of shopping around saying, I know that there's something better for my clients. um and we'll get into my background, but I knew that there was something better for artists out there. Because it just seems like independent artists are just kind of stuck. They're stuck and it's hard for
It's
them to
like a
kind of
glass ceiling.
plateau.
They
Yeah,
see beyond. They see it, but they just don't know how to reach it. They just don't know how to get to that next level. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Hmm.
And so I was kind of shopping around and we met before through another business venture that you have, because you have several business ventures.
Hmm.
Super just I mean, just multi-talented. You just have so much talent and so a plethora of knowledge to give people. So that's why it's important for us to, hey, even though you're a Sigma male, not quite the alpha male, but you're a Sigma male. And we'll get into that too as the show
Yeah.
progresses.
Yeah.
Every Sunday we coming on live, by the
Yeah.
way. So basically, you're more behind the scenes. So
Yeah.
you can't you call me up, asked if we wanted to do this podcast. Tell us why you thought that this podcast would be important.
Um, a lot of people know who 50/50, you know, who we are. But they never really can put like one face to the brand. Um, we put our logo out there as our brand, as our face, because even though I have partners, everybody does their different duties and things of that nature within 50/50 and outside of 50/50. Um, so we was like, why don't we just go ahead and start putting a face to the brand. Um, get people to know who we are, what we do, how we do it. Um, Peek inside of 50/50 and
Right.
see exactly what we got going on.
I
And
think great. It's a great idea because as a senior label manager here at 50/50 Music Group, it would help even us
yeah,
to really kind of connect with talented independent artists and indie labels, and
yeah,
even artists that have been successful who don't have a major label deal right now, who are looking to still produce music but want major distribution. And
hmm
so a little bit about me before we get into some the
yeah.
music report.
You gotta tell
Um,
them who you are. Gotta tell them
I
extraordinary
yeah.
delight.
Okay. A little bit because I don't want to bore you guys. And throughout this whole journey and podcast, each week you guys will get to know a little bit more about us. But my background is radio, PR, and I've been working with musicians. And I was a '90s rapper back in the day. OVO, you feel me? So you have a music background, I have a music background, and that kind
Yeah.
of took me into, like I said, radio, and then working with artists, doing PR work, working for record labels, been a street team promotions coordinator over at, I manage the Dallas accounts for Interscope and Warner Brothers. And so I have my background. And so this was just a perfect opportunity for me when I meet those artists that are looking to go to the next level in their career. I can't do this anymore with you. I can't just have you going to tier two,
hmm
distribution outlets, and we just do the same thing. And you know, we're looking here at 50/50 Music Group is to we're providing, preeminent music services, and we're looking to really amplify independent artists' careers. So that's who we are, that's what we're doing. Let's just jump it off real quick. I'm going to talk about some news, if you don't mind, before we get into the topic, and I'm
hmm
gonna try to make this quick because everybody really wants to know. The topic right now is the benefits and the difference between tier one and tier two music distribution, and we'll get into that. But let's get into the music biz report. I'm gonna need a like an intro for the music biz
I know,
report,
right? I
you know.
know.
But anyways, if you guys don't know, South by Southwest is going to be back, and they made some announcements this week that they're pretty much launching. You guys need to they're gathering again in person. South by Southwest took a hit when that COVID. Hey,
hmm
when South by Southwest canceled, I knew we were in trouble with this whole pandemic when that whole thing jumped off. So anyways, but South by Southwest will be gathering in person and online this year. And the dates, write these dates down: March 11th through the 20th. They have the film aspect of it, and we have 50/50
Film
films.
distribution.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
have so much. So make sure you tap in and follow us, 50/50 MG, everywhere. But anyways, the announcements came this week. They're going to have over 240 artists around the globe, newcomers and veterans, and they are said they are ready to make some noise. So now some of these artists I've never heard of, but they're really good for digging out artists from the underground and kind of bringing them to the forefront. But Surfboard, Maxo Cream, Poppy, Ajudha, and more will hit the stage at the 2022 South by Southwest Music Festival. Make sure you check that out online. And then also for all you singers out there, I was hanging out on musichustler.com, and I saw that the NBC thevoice.com, if you want to audition for NBC thevoice.com, make sure if you got what it takes, hey, go to that website, get your audition in. There's now open for that and American Idol. They're both open for
Mhm.
auditions. So if you go to abc.com or nbcthevoice.com, you can find out more information about those auditions. And basically they also at the musichustler.com, they also gave some tips. So they said, make sure that the songs fit your style and your comfortable range. So, take heed, vocalists, take heed, artists. Try to choose songs that aren't going to be overused and they make you stand out pretty much. Show your personality. That's another tip. Make sure you show your personality in these auditions. Keep in mind that this is not just a talent contest. Okay, they want somebody with some personality. So be prepared to give it your all. So good luck on that. And then also ASCAP Experience Women Behind the Music. That event is coming up Wednesday, October 27th, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Mm.
So that is, again, that is Women Behind the Music. And you can go to ascapexperience.com to get more information on that. And there was also another cool uh event that I ran across for artists that I just wanted to kind of let you guys know about it. But you have to find it on LinkedIn, and it's called IACS Single versus Single Game On. So it's kind of like, what do you call those football uh the football game, the what do you call it? Let me see, the
Right.
people that do the football, virtual football contest.
Oh yeah. Football, fantasy
It's
football.
fantasy football. So it's kind of like
Yeah.
that, but for artists. So they have game on competitions. It says songs are selected through
Mm.
a draft. Please register your songs via musicsports.org. Okay. So I think it's pretty interesting, you guys. The IACS Song versus Song, or Single versus Single, is a song versus song online competition that will embody a series of 8 games. Each game, there's 16 singles that will compete head to head in matches
Mm.
under single eliminations tournament format. Um, Winners will be determined by public vote, and the winner will be advancing to the next round. So
Mm.
that's pretty dope.
Yeah, that's
People,
interesting. That's
it
real
is,
interesting.
it's really
Yeah.
interesting, and it caught my
Hey,
attention. So I wanted to share it with our 50 music
Yeah.
podcast audience. And Mike Check Champion will win $1,000. So I think that's pretty
Mm.
interesting. They have dates. 11/5 will be the first round, et cetera, et cetera. So if you want to get in on that, make sure you go to musicsports.org. Okay, and
Mm.
last but not least, I was hanging out on billboard.com too.
Hmm.
And and I think this will go and be a nice segue into our topic of the difference between tier one and tier two music
Yeah.
distribution. But you remember Two Live Crew? We from that generation. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So we remember, we know about that. This group pretty heavy. They were pretty significant back in their days because they were controversial and they came out. Before everything is what it is now. Now you can say anything, do anything, and it pretty much goes over. But this group was pretty controversial. But Two Live Crew faces a courtroom fight from Little Joe Records over efforts to win back control of their catalog. So I want to ask you about this, OPO. It says Little Joe said it purchased Two Live Crew's catalog when the group's previous label, Loop Records Inc., went bankrupt in 1995. The deal included both publishing rights and masters, as well as the trademarks to the group's name. Oh,
Yeah. Ooh.
oh, they just gave it all up, didn't they? And it
So
says members of the band. Okay, go ahead. What was you gonna
no,
say?
yeah, I was going to say, um, it seems like that. I don't know how their contract was constructed, but
Mm,
um, anytime that a label goes bankrupt under another label,
mhm.
that label usually um, take on all of the content and everything that was made under that sub label, and it becomes the parent labels.
So they
So
everything now. The
yeah,
name, the
yeah,
catalog, the
yeah.
publishing
It was
rights.
all yeah. It's all depends on how um, that label contract was constructed, agreed upon. You
Well,
know.
the members of the band notified Lil Joe that they plan to evoke the termination provision and take back control of their music. It says the notice was filed by serving members Luther Campbell and Mark Ross, as well as the heirs of late Christopher Wong. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
In terms, Little Joe's lawsuit is asking a federal judge to rule that Two Live Crew is ineligible to use the termination provision. Among
All
other
depends
arguments,
on
the label, yeah, go ahead. I'm
yeah.
a,
It all depends on what was in the contract.
oh, see,
It all depends what was in that contract.
among
Yeah.
other arguments, the label claims that the group failed to file proper notices and the aspect of bankruptcy law trump the termination right. So that is the Music Biz report right now. And
Mhm.
what you got to say about all that?
Hold, hold up,
That
hold
two
up. Go
line
back and read. You said what did they didn't do correctly?
It says, among other arguments, the label claims the group failed to file proper notices and that aspects of bankruptcy law trump the termination right. Mm,
Ooh, I don't think they're gonna win that one. They ain't gonna
mm.
win that one.
Well,
They
let's
didn't
just
do the
keep them
proper
lifted up in
procedure.
prayer. Let's keep
Yeah,
them
yeah.
up in
They
prayer.
they.
It's just a whole mess.
Ooh, man, you lose everything, the rights and to your name, everything.
I
That's
mean,
that's a hard pill to swallow.
it really is, and I just think it's cold, but it's business. It's cold
Yeah,
for people to be Lil Joe Records. They got your name, they own the rights to your music, but you went bankruptcy and didn't have your paperwork right, and people make mistakes, and it's just hard. That is different. That is just
yeah, but
it's a difficult situation.
yeah, but you gotta understand, it was a time when things was a little different, well, a lot different.
Hmm.
It was no, other ways of people having bright ideas to make money, other kind of ways. Just the whole digital distribution thing have just opened up a whole nother avenue, and the streaming, opened up a whole nother avenue for artists to do what they want to do.
Yeah,
Back then, it wasn't like that. So
right.
you had to either sign the contract, or you wasn't going to be a major deal in the business. So
Yeah. So, seriously, it's not a joking manner. I mean, I know a lot of people sell off their catalogs. I know R. Kelly has sold off a great portion of his music. I mean, maybe all of it. I'm not quite
mhm.
sure. But yeah, we will
yeah,
get more into that, the
yeah,
catalogs and
Tina
what.
Turner just did too, right? Tina Turner just sold off all of her stuff for like 80 million.
Well, she
Yeah.
is in her 80s. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But yeah, you're
I know. Yeah, but hey, she just lucked off and say, "Look, I'm about to probably,
I'm gonna cash out. I'm gonna cash out
yeah,
before I'm out of here because what you gonna
yeah,
leave it to some family members that not
yeah,
gonna appreciate it or I don't know. But I'd
yeah,
probably do mine too. But I definitely want to leave an inheritance. Okay,
yeah,
that's what the
yeah,
Bible says. Leave an inheritance for your children's children.
yeah. For your
Amen.
children's children. You're right about that. You're
All
right
right.
about that.
So look, let's just jump off the topic right now. If you guys are
Okay.
just tuning in, this is Opio. Okay, Opio Boyd is his government name. Okay, and he's
Mm,
co-owner and managing director of
um,
50/50 Music Group.
yeah, I'm
Yeah,
out there.
you
Yeah,
out
you can
there.
Google the
Okay.
whole name. I'm out there. They'll pull me up. You Google it. I'm up. I'm out
Yeah.
there.
A brilliant businessman, I might ask, into so very much. And one
Yeah.
thing that did, when I met, I was very excited to meet you because this is a black-owned company who has
Hmm.
a major distribution deal through.
Hmm.
Now, tell us with Ingrooves and UMG, okay, and then we're going to talk about the top benefits of
Okay.
tier 1 distribution and then the differences compared to tier 2 distribution. Okay.
Okay.
So first
Well,
question is about the Ingrooves UMG.
yeah. Well, InGrooves is a digital distribution platform, which they have, I believe, about over 25 locations across the world. Um, when we got with them, as far as when we did our agreement back in 2011, we knew that UMG owned 30% of them. Um, and they also owned, I guess, I know everybody probably remembers Fontana, which it does physical distribution, meaning that was records, CDs, the whole 9 yards. So what UMG did, they was buying EMI. Sony and UMG was buying EMI publishing. So they had to offload some books. They had to
Mm.
offload some things. So we was trying to get the physical distribution before. So that's why they sent us over to Ingroove to go for the digital. So a month later, after we, did the agreement and everything with Ingrooves, UMG sold Fontana to
Mm.
Ingrooves. So now we had physical and digital distribution. So we was going for the physical before. So now that we have both, because now we have, we with Ingrooves. So now, since we was building this relationship all the way up until now, um, I think around 2019, UMG bought out Ingrooves 100%.
Wow.
Yeah, they bought them out 100%. So now it's not it's not an Ingrooves and then a UMG thing. It's a straight just whole UMG.
There it is.
And what they doing is they're integrating everything over to UMG slowly. It was a lot of things that I had to fill out for us with UMG, all of the banking information, our publishing and stuff like that. Comes from UMG. I had to get all my UMG logins and stuff like that. Um, but we still use the digital platform for Ingrooves. Um, a lot of people don't know that Ingrooves, they distribute all of UMG's digital
Digital.
stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. They do a lot of stuff, and they UMG. I mean, Ingrooves has a lot of stuff. They got their hands in a whole lot of stuff. You know,
This is pretty
so
exciting for a
yeah,
black label to have the ability to sign other independent labels and artists from all genres
yes,
and to
yes,
give and they can come in under us and
yes,
have major label services the same as
yes,
any UMG artist, Universal Republic artist, whether it's Drake, whether it's Nicki Minaj, whatever, they will have the same level of services, right?
yes.
Okay.
We have the ability to give our labels their own accounts under Ingroove UMG.
Wow.
Um, a lot of people don't know that. We also can give administration, publishing for administration for publishing and sync licensing. We also can give marketing, and then we also partner with a company that also gives um, advances of royalties. So, say if you, excuse me, say if you have the streams to back up you have the streams. Say you got 1 to 2 million streams, right?
Hmm.
We'll look
Right.
at your books, see what you can do, see what your royalties was, what you did in the last year or two, and based on how much you make a year, we can give you an advance on your royalties to go
Nice.
and fund your next project.
Nice.
You know,
Yeah.
and that's a 5 year. I think that's a 5 year term to pay back. Um, you know, you got 5 years to pay that back. We just take a little percentage of that, and it goes to the balance of that. So
Okay. So
yeah,
there's so much. So we
yeah,
definitely have to unpack um, this tier one and tier two because coming in and being a person in the music industry all of these years, I really didn't know until I met you and I came on board with 50/50 Music Group, the
hmm
difference between tier one and tier two distribution. And so our
hmm
claim to fame is that we provide full service tier one music and video distribution. Okay.
hmm
And we're pretty much a one stop shop. So let's just get into it now. Okay. OPO,
okay,
let's get
okay,
into it. What
okay,
is the difference and educate the people out there the
okay,
difference between tier one and tier two distribution.
okay. Tier one distribution, which is like with DistroKid, TuneCore. Well, TuneCore is kind of like they're moving up into the tier one.
Mm,
They was bought by Sony, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if it was TuneCore that was bought by Sony. Yeah, I
mm,
think so.
mm.
So they're kind of moving up into the tier one,
One.
but they're still yeah, but they're still a
So those
storefront.
companies like DistroKid, TuneCore for now,
Yeah,
and CD Baby,
yeah,
these are tier two distribution
yes,
outlets.
yeah.
Okay.
They're more
Okay.
of a storefront type of come on in. We'll put a
Anybody.
sale, put a sale up in the window. Yeah, come on in. We take
They
care of
gonna
you
give you
for
$4.99.
$4.99, for
Yeah, they
$4.99. You know, we
yes.
take care of you. They
So you get your Spotify's, you get your Amazon Musics, you get your, you get
yeah,
some certain
yeah,
I guess major distribution outlets.
yeah,
However,
yeah. I mean, you get 100 to 150 outlets.
mhm,
What we do, we distribute to 600 outlets across the world.
wow.
With our video distribution, we distribute to, I believe, about 40, if I'm not mistaken. One of them is a company called EMI, which they distribute to, they own video jukeboxes across the
Mm,
United States.
mhm.
And there are 16,000 of those.
Now, and let's say that okay, because AMI, this is all pretty impressive. When I came on board with you,
Hmm.
people don't know that there's the tier two companies like some of there I can't even call them our competitors, but
Yeah.
some of the other companies like DistroKid or whatever. And what's the newest? Well, no, we're not even
Yeah.
gonna go into that. But
Yeah.
AMI Entertainment, you get the Vivo channel, which you can't. Can you mainly
No,
people have to pay for Vivo
yeah.
or
People,
yeah.
yeah. Since we are a partner of UMG,
Mhm.
UMG, Sony, and Google owns Vivo. So since we
Okay.
are a partner, all of our Vivo channels and our uploads are totally free within our distribution channel.
And
So yeah, once
yes,
you come aboard with us, all you have to do is just distribute your video and put in if you have an existing Vivo account or if it's a new one.
right.
And they will create it and it will be up within, I believe, 10 days or 14 days. Yeah, I
Okay. And
think
they
because
don't get
they
that through. They don't. To my knowledge, they don't get that through
no,
like a DistroKid.
no, you have to be a prominent partner of Vivo in order to have that type of distribution.
Mm,
They have a couple of partners that solely just distribute to them. Everybody is not a partner of Vivo. So, um,
so those tier two companies have about 150 retailers that they
yes,
service music to, where we have like over 600
yes,
retail outlets I mean not even
yes,
nationwide, world
world, yes,
globally. Okay.
yes,
Okay, and
yes.
then we
But
also
we,
offer the music distribution.
yeah, that's the music distribution, which is 600 outlets.
The music
The video, yeah, the video distribution is around like 40 something outlets.
right.
Um, yeah, and we also, we educate you on how to properly release your project. So we will give you a window or a timeline, what to do and how to do, far as releasing your song. So
Okay.
yeah, we just don't, far as with 50-50, we just don't leave you in the wind and just say, okay, whatever. You know
Right.
what I mean? That's like, distro kid, or any other.
Yes, total do it yourself.
Yeah,
No
that's total.
plan,
Yeah,
because we
yeah,
have a service internally where it does give you that those instructions and steps on what you
yeah.
should be doing pre-release, uh,
Hmm.
at the time of the release, and then post-release. Correct?
Man, I give a shout out to Ingrews because they are doing what they do, and they are
Mm,
giving the right tools, and they are creating the right tools for, for the next label, for the next big label. If you're not using all of the tools that they are providing, something is terribly wrong with you,
mm.
because they got some proprietary software that I'm not gonna name it, but it's it's really nice. You know what I'm saying?
Lots of tools.
Give a
Lots of
shout out
tools.
to them. Yeah, they take
So
care of us.
they can be so let me talk into the mic. They can be independent. Okay, so we
Hmm.
don't fund their projects depending on if they
Hmm.
have streams and they
Yeah,
have a history and they're
yeah,
making revenue. But
yeah,
at the end of the day, you can still partner with us and have major distribution and still be independent.
yes, yes. We have four different. We look at it as four different types of artists that we deal with. And labels, labels are labels. You know what I'm saying? They come with what they come with. But just say if you're an artist and you want to partner with us, we don't own any of your masters. We don't own any of your publishing or anything like that.
That's what
Um,
I was wanting to get into, and that's
yeah,
the way with the whole Luke Campbell, that Luke record.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Sounds like they
Um,
don't own any of their masters anymore. Everything has been wiped
yeah,
out and
yeah.
owned by someone else now.
See, and the thing is that, I'm looking through a creator's eyes because I'm a creator too. I'm a
Mhm.
producer. You know what I'm saying? I do mix master, I do graphics, I do everything. You know what I'm saying?
Amen.
So I know how it feels if somebody wants to part or try to get a part of what you make. You know what I'm saying? But we create anything that we want to create. So we don't have to rely on somebody else's creation or to own somebody else's creation in order to make money. Because, like we have other business ventures, other places that also makes us, what we do. So, we don't own any masters or anything as far as artists is concerned.
So
We don't
that
do
is
that.
definitely a benefit to working with us and getting tier one distribution because you're still independent, but you get
Hmm.
all the major label services. You get 600 retailers. I think a lot of people sleep on, like when you hear music in the background at the grocery
Hmm.
store, if you
Yeah.
hear music in the Foot Lockers,
Yep.
you see the music videos playing when you're in the the food courts at the malls,
Yes. Yes.
so we can actually help these independent artists and labels get all of these services that they are not getting when if they just go to like
Yeah.
a tier two distribution company on their own.
Yeah. But once you know exactly what you want to do and how you want to do it, or if you hit a glass ceiling, just say if you had to hit a glass ceiling, we come in and help you break that glass ceiling.
Take it to the
And
next
yes, and
level.
we
Okay.
can strategize and put out a plan for us for you to see and for us to see and the goals to hit where we want to go in the next couple of months. um, and we just go at it. I mean, to me, it's really simple. It's really
It's a
simple.
win-win situation.
And the thing, yeah, and everybody, if they just simplify everything, everything is not hard as it seems.
Right.
Once
So
you
I
know
think
exactly,
people, they're so
yes,
afraid of contracts and commitment, and everybody's heard such bad that the record label industry has such a bad reputation for 360 deals and kind of screwing over artists, and similar like what we've heard with the Luke
yeah,
Records thing, that they people are so afraid to,
yeah,
like, we've got contracts out there now, people's like, I got my attorney looking at it, and,
yeah,
it's
yeah. I
all
mean,
stuff.
that's part of it. That's part of it. But
Right.
the 360 deal, I really studied the 360 deal.
Uh-huh.
And the thing is, a lot of people is being disingenuous about how they give information, meaning that they withheld information, they withhold information
Mm,
about it. Um, Now, since the streaming thing has come along, you're really not making that much money as a company on
streams.
on streams. You know what I mean? Now, if you have, like, say if you Sony or UMG and you have, you know 10,000 artists, then okay, that accumulates. You know what I mean? That accumulates. But saying if you are independent, independent label, you got a couple of artists, you making probably a couple of hundred or whatever dollars a month. It all depends on how many artists you have and what they're doing as far as the promotion and marketing, and things of that nature. Now, you also can make money, doing the sync licensing and publishing and, and things of that nature and the branding. partnering with other brands and everything. So you can make up your
Right.
money as far as doing that. You know,
And
so
touring
that's
and
what.
stuff like
Yeah.
that when you get there.
So when you're doing a 360 deal with a label, sometimes them 360 deals can be like 20% all the way around. You know what I
Right.
mean, or 30% all the way around. If
Meaning the
yeah,
artist gets 30%.
no, no, no. Well, not that I know of. I mean,
Okay.
I how it used to
Or
be. It used to be like that. Now,
okay.
you know what I'm saying. Let me backtrack. I know it used to be like that, as far as the artists get 30%. But
Mm,
if we would do a 30, if we would do a 360, far as for services and all administration, we would do 30. We would take the 30, and they would take the 70. Um, we don't really deal in points. We deal in percentages. That's
okay.
more, that's more easier to understand,
Yeah,
far as
that
for the artist.
so yeah, the points get so
Yeah,
especially for
yeah,
producers because I work with some producers and I'm like, oh my God, it just gets so confusing.
yeah,
But yeah,
yeah. You know what I mean? So we just deal in percentages, and we make our contracts really read friendly.
yes.
Um, if you can't read and don't know what it is, man, I mean, I don't know what to tell you, man. I mean, you have to probably go back to school. I don't know. So,
Yeah.
you know what
Well,
I'm
let's
saying?
get to another I think benefit of tier one distribution.
Hmm.
We and let me put the camera back on myself right now
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
We can allow people to even tap into the cell phone carriers, which
yes.
tier two has never been able to get with the cell phone carriers. So
No,
yeah,
no.
tell us a little bit about that. That's also another area like ringtones and
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
We also distribute to all of the carriers, far as with ringtones, far as all of your
Right.
music on the phone.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
even some of the
Metro PCS for all my Metro
yeah,
people.
some of the carriers overseas as well, as far as the Japanese
Oh,
carriers
nice,
and all of that. So,
nice.
like I say, when we mean 600 outlets,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
600
So that's
outlets,
the difference. They don't
yeah.
have the retail. They don't have the cell phone carriers either, and the
Mm-mm.
international cell phone carriers.
No,
So
they
that's
don't.
also a major benefit. Some of the
Yeah,
music video outlets, some of the things that we also provide, like I said, we distribute your video to thousands of outlets,
yeah,
malls, food courts, Targets, Macy's, Foot
yeah.
Locker.
That would
This
be through RX Music. That would be through RX Music. Yeah.
which is one of our partners,
Yes.
and they can't just go to RX. You got to be in.
No,
You
no,
got to
you just can't. Yeah, you got to be with one of their partners in order to even get an
right,
RX. Yeah, because I was
right.
looking into that, and I just questioned. I
Uh
just
huh.
sent them a question. Yeah, how can we get with it? I was, I mean, we already with them, but I was just seeing what they was going to say and everything like
Uh
that. It
huh.
was no, you have to be with one of our distributing partners and da 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 da. I was like, oh, okay, cool, fine, you know, and
Well, we will pick up right back there. I just want to let everybody know if you have any questions, put it in a chat. Put it in the chat. You can also email us at podcast at 5050mg.com because we only have about 20 minutes left, and I got to log into that and I kick you to the next question.
okay,
But if you want to come in too on this live stream, you got your makeup on, or ladies, if you ready, or you can even turn your video off. You don't even have to show your face. We could just hear your lovely voice. Fellas, artists, anybody that want to come in, label managers, label people, we're doing this to provide a platform to educate, enlighten, and empower independent artists and labels. And we're also we're going to be bringing in major executives,
hmm
some of our partners over at UMG, some of the label people and producers and artists that we work with, or we don't even work with. If you guys have a suggestion for a show, a guest, a topic, hit us up at podcast at 5050mg.com. Come into
Yeah.
our StreamYard right now. Click into the StreamYard link, and we can let you on the show because that's where we're kind of segueing. We're still going to have more um, talks about tier one and tier two distribution and music distribution. And so we just want to put that out there and take a quick break to let you guys know that you guys can chime in. This show is interactive. Okay. This show is for the people, it's interactive. So just click onto the StreamYard. We'll see you backstage and we can bring you in if you have any questions or just put it in the chat. All right. So let's continue what we're talking about. Now, we also like collection, publishing, and it also, it says that we also kind of help distribute your music to VJs from specific clubs and venues,
Yeah.
gyms,
Yeah,
casinos.
we've been part of this DJ pool that we this DJ pool platform for a while. So we done built up our following as far as the DJs,
Hmm.
and we put it out there to see if they like it. We would sometimes um release a project probably about 7 days before the release to the DJs to see what it does. Sometimes the DJs like it, and then sometimes the people, it doesn't resonate with the people. You know what I mean? Then sometimes it resonate with the people, and sometimes the DJs be like, they ain't even listen to it, or they ain't even download it, or they ain't even click on it. You know what I
Right.
mean? So yeah, but the platform that we use, it tells us the name of the DJ and if they work at a radio station or if they work in a club or a bar. It tells us exactly where they're at, what city, what state, what street, um, what, like I say, what radio station they work at, the whole 9 yards. So it divides them into two categories: clubs, bars, and radio.
So, in a sense, you are an independent artist, you're an independent label, but
Hmm.
you're gaining a team, a knowledgeable team with experience, not only the relationship with UMG and all of the resources that we have, but you're gaining expert knowledge and a team to
Hmm.
to join forces with your team. So you're not alone. You're really, at this point, we're just I think it's a benefit, absolutely, because most independent artists are by themselves, or just maybe it's just them and their manager. And this is definitely, and we're here in place to help you grow your audience, to put your video, your music video out there so more eyes can see your video, your music out there so it gets more streams globally. Okay. Um, Spotify is a big one. Everybody's on Spotify so hard. How do we
Hmm.
how do we benefit, or how do they benefit with our Spotify relationship through UMG?
And that's all with going through with marketing also.
Okay.
Once we pull the trigger as far as for marketing for you, but you obviously got to know there's certain things that got to be in place before we even do marketing. What they do, they can pitch your music to the prominent playlists. Yeah, you know what I mean? And you know that they already have access to UMG's playlist, you know?
So
So,
we essentially can put them on our, because 5050, we have a 5050 music
oh
group,
yeah. Oh
a
yeah.
playlist.
We have
You
over 25 something playlists. Yeah. On
Right. So we
Spotify.
we also help
Oh, of
push
course.
the music by putting it on our, between UMG and 5050 Music Group's
Yeah.
playlists. So
Hmm.
that's a benefit, being a
Yeah.
part of us.
Yeah.
And then we can also, with marketing, help with the playlist pitching, because that's, it's a lot of companies out here offering services like that. And we encourage that, and you should have some type of marketing budget. And that's for any business. You can't just say, you know what, I'm gonna start a Starbucks, but you don't have any capital or no revenue. So,
Hmm. Hmm.
that there are some marketing expenses that you will incur. And I believe it's worth it, especially in the day and age that we're in, where everything is, streaming. Did you want to add anything else before I get into sync licensing?
No, we can go ahead into sync licensing. Let's go ahead into that.
So basically, guys, this is just this quick show, or this particular initial show, our initial podcast, because I think some of these topics, sync licensing, um, distribution, music videos, Spotify, we will be touching in detail on more of these particular topics. But I just really wanted to kind of throw everything, or a lot of what we have to benefit and offer artists and labels. Wanted to put that out there up front. And
Yeah,
then, we'll take our time with each show and with guests to really break down specific areas where people need assistance, where they need help, where they're looking to be more educated. But one of my favorite things, and where I really want to excel, because one of my dreams is to kind of have a music licensing kind of production company, in a
hmm
sense, where we have music for video games, we have music for TV commercials, films,
you
television.
know, you
It's
know what I'm
not
about to say too, right?
fair.
You know,
I'm throwing it at you. I'm
you
passing
know
the ball,
that's
Brian.
but that's why we developed 50/50 music publishing, doing business as
Mm,
Proto Beats Studios and
okay.
Proto Beats platform. If you all don't know what Proto Beats is, it's a platform, something um, like
BeatStars.
BeatStars,
Yep.
yes, but you sell or lease your beats exclusively just one time. It ain't for you're not selling your beats for $10 or $30 here. No,
Mm,
we ain't doing that. The beats and the compositions there range from 500 up to 25,000, and
right.
you can either buy it out or you can lease it, um, and it will be strictly yours. Far as for to, I mean, if you want to buy it out, you want to do a buyout. Far as with the producer, then you will have to talk to the producer and everything like that. As far as for a buyout, it's kind of like more for major artists and artists that can afford, the uniqueness of being an artist.
Right.
Um, you can't
So
be an artist and
as a
yeah,
producer, this would benefit them by going and becoming a partner with Proto Beats, because
yes,
we help you with our platform get in position to not only get your track sold, or your not even a track, your
hmm
composition, okay,
yes,
sold to the right artist, okay,
hmm
um, and we're able to, with sync licensing. Does
hmm
This is the question that I have for you. If I have, because I'm trying to sign
yeah,
a producer right now,
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
and does he need to have an artist on his music before he can start monetizing on this particular his compositions?
Uh, at a ceiling, yes. Um, far as like on YouTube or something, if they want to put it like on YouTube or something where everybody can use it or whatever, we will go ahead and monetize that for him. We will put it in his ASCAP or his BMI. That's what we do. So we do a certain percentage far as for doing your administration, far as putting it where where your music or where your
Can
composition
we
needs to
still
be.
put it in the libraries without an artist on the track? Meaning,
Yes,
we
yes,
want
we
it for,
can.
okay, so yeah, we
Yes,
want
we
that
can.
song
But
to be
this the
monetized.
thing. Yeah, this the thing though. Um, UMG are usually looking for a whole piece.
Okay, I
They're
got
looking for a whole piece. You know what I
a
mean? They
whole
really look at
composition.
those first. Yeah.
The lyrics, the single, I mean, the
Yes.
lyrics,
Yes.
and the hooks and
Yes.
everything on there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was just on a Zoom call with them last week, far as UMG music production, and they was talking about sports and music and what they're looking for, far as how to submit, your stuff, far as for sports, for
Okay.
sports and stuff like that. And they gave us some examples of some stuff, and I was like, I said, okay, I see exactly what they're talking about. You know what I
Okay.
mean? And yeah, so um, they looking basically for anything that's motivational, that's inspirational. If you got a track or whatever, you want to send it to us. If it's about motivation, it's about inspiration, it's about beating the odds. and it's well produced and sonically produced, send it to us. We see what we can do and
I
send
mean,
it up
who's
to
gonna
them.
make that next We Will Rock You song? Because
Yeah,
that plays in every stadium. These people,
yeah,
I know they filthy rich over there. What's that
yeah,
uh
yeah. That was that's and that is that Queen? That's not Queen that
Queen?
did that.
Queen.
That's
It is
Queen,
Queen.
right?
Queen is
Yeah,
like they have made so much money off of that song
I
over the
know.
years. I mean,
Yeah,
so we are definitely looking for those type of hits to get the games going, to
yeah,
play in those
yeah,
stadiums, to play on those TV commercials,
yeah.
to get placement in those films,
Hmm.
get placement in television and different advertisement in even video games. So
Yes.
tell people
Yeah.
how they can benefit with us by sync licensing.
Yeah, but but that's where the really the money is, as far as for producers and writers,
Mhm.
is in sync licensing. You know what I mean? If you
Right.
have a hit record, um, there's a big chance that hit record is going to go on a video game, or it's going to go in a movie or a commercial, or you know or anything like that. It's a really, so you think you have a big hit potential type record. Oh, they
Mhm.
will pick it up. Oh yeah. That's what they told me. I'm
Right.
just telling you what
What they
they
told
told
you.
me. Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
because you're in the system. So
Hmm.
once you get in with 50/50 Music Group, you're now in the UMG system.
Yes.
We on a monthly basis, we have a representative of ours that collects all of our all of our music compositions, and they submit them to the sync licensing department at UMG, correct?
Yes. Yeah. We submit them to two different avenues. We submit them to, far as all the metadata, to the publishing department, and
Hmm.
then we send all of the tracks and compositions and the playlist to the sync licensing department. Yes.
Right. And at
Yeah.
that point, do they have like the library? I think people don't understand that there is a library that music supervisors that are looking for songs for their TV show or their advertisement or their,
Hmm.
you know, video game. There's a library that they can go into and search those metadata tags or
Hmm.
whatever and find those particular songs. And if it's not in the library, because you're independent and you're afraid to go to the next level, and
Yeah.
maybe not educated with what being a partner with someone like 50/50 Music Group, what that can do for you. But that library is so important, correct? Getting your
Yes.
music
Yes, the library is everything to a label or to an artist. Content
content.
is
Yeah.
so important. That is like the number one thing, far as for an artist or label or any sync licensing or any publishing. Um, so like I said, if you have anything that we are looking for, more producers and writers.
Hmm.
We have a special team of producers and writers that does nothing but for sync licensing,
And
and to submit stuff for sync licensing. Then another thing, we're getting ready to explore getting into sound design for games and movies. Um, you know, we also record in 7.1.4 as far as for games. So it's like, I'm not trying to get a little too technical. You know what I mean?
mhm.
It's like, we have a system in our studio where uh, you can look forward, far as if we create a whole gaming environment for sound,
Mhm.
and someone is talking, like say if you have headphones on and someone is talking in front of you, right?
Mhm.
And say if you turn your head like this, that person will end up in your left ear talking. So it's like still motion audio, you know. So we're looking to partner with probably some game companies in order to explore that. We do have the engineers and the professional engineers in order to make that happen. As far as audio and sound design and things of that nature. So
That's
yeah,
wonderful. That's
yeah,
wonderful. So, look, guys, we are let's say we're about 5 minutes away from the end of this particular show. This
Oh, already?
already time flies when you have fun. But this is the 50/50 Music podcast. And
Yeah.
we appreciate and shout out everybody out there for actually tapping in with us today. The likes,
Mm,
the
yeah.
love. Please like and share. We're going to be doing this every Sunday morning. All right. Every
Hmm.
Sunday morning, 12 noon Eastern Standard Time, 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, and 9 a.m. out here on the West Coast. But before we go on each show, we want to give artists tips. Okay. We want to give
Hmm.
you guys some tips, artists and labels, because we know that you guys are the main people that are going to be our audience that we're talking to, that we're trying to reach. Um, and anyone in between. There's a lot of people that manage artists and just or a family member who's a very talented individual that you're trying to help get to the next level. Make sure you share this with them, tag them, tell them to follow us at 5050 MG. And before we go, we're going to give you some tips on how to promote your music and sell more albums with 5 simple tips. All right. And so I'm
Hmm.
getting this from artistpr.com. And I wanted to share this with you guys. And then, OPO, I'm definitely going to be asking for your commentary in the little time that we have left. So, number one, include physical album sales. Can we help them with physical album sales as well?
Yes, we
I feel
can
like,
help them with physical album sales. Now,
yeah.
what they said was they told us that um, if we do physical distribution, then say if we do 10,000 and we put them somewhere, we do 10,000, we distribute 10,000 records and we put them in Target. If 5,000 of those are bought, we have to buy back the direct 5,000.
Right.
So what we did, we came up with an idea that if an artist can get those CDs printed, we can
Hmm.
put them in wherever that they want to put them.
Okay.
So all they have
And
to do is just, yeah,
vinyl, too. See, physical
yes,
CDs and vinyl. Vinyl is making
yes,
a popular comeback.
yes, and that'll take a couple of weeks to get them to put them where they need to put. I think it's like 9 weeks or something like this, some crazy like that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But
It says that getting physical album sales and getting getting your music in these formats, then make them available on your website. And this gives
mhm,
visitors an extra option for purchasing your music, which is important, important part of basic marketing. So
yes.
I'm going to move on. It says make sure your
Now,
website works on mobile devices. What did you have another
one more
comment?
thing, yes, one more thing. Say if you have a show, you doing a show, make
Hmm.
sure that you can sell your album along with that ticket, and that will be called as a sale of your album.
Beautiful,
A lot of people
beautiful.
don't know that.
A lot
Even
of
though
people don't know
you can give it away with your ticket
that.
and consider that as a sale, and you can give all of that analytics to the distributing department, and they will,
I love that. That
you
that's
know,
that's a tip. Hey, if they tuned in, they needed to be tuned in all the way because that right there at the end of the show was a
yeah,
jewel that you just dropped. And it says make sure your website works on mobile devices. Okay, you guys,
yes,
turn your game up. If you need a website, come to OPO, come to me.
yeah,
Send us an email at podcast at 5050mg.com, and also include lyrics to your songs. Okay, that's so
yes.
important. And we
A
don't got
lot of
enough
people,
time, OPO. I don't think
I
so.
know, right?
Go ahead.
I know, right? But
Say on.
you know how I'm passionate about what I do and how I
Right,
do
right.
in helping.
You
You
got
know,
20
if
seconds.
you don't, yeah, okay. If you don't include your lyrics in your distribution, that means you will be excluded from certain retailers. So
Mm,
you
my
need
Lord.
to include your
Lyrics.
lyrics.
Get that done, you guys. And then include more information about your song descriptions. You get what I'm saying? We're gonna
Yes,
need that with the metadata and the
yes.
tags anyways. And we're gonna get more into this. We're gonna dig deep into this, you guys. We're just running out of time today, and then create and submit press releases. That's it. We can help you with all of that. Okay, so just hit us up at podcast at
Podcast.
5050
Yeah.
mg.com. All right. And then I'm going to leave on this note right here. I got something, I got a saying. And let's see. Let's go. Yes. If you stay motivating and creating with knowledge and ambition, you can bring anything into fruition. All right. So OPO, you got the last 10 seconds, brother.
Hey man, I mean, I'm glad to do this. You know how I am. I'm a little, to myself a lot. So, but I'm glad that we're doing this. I'm looking forward to keep doing this and helping people and helping, artists and labels. I'm a tech guy, so I get into the nitty gritty of everything that I do. So, if anybody have any questions or anything, just email it to us at podcast@5050mg.com, and we'll answer them on the next episode.
Have a great week ahead, y'all. Bye.